My name's Greg. I when I do these songs, and you just click on it and watch it, you just one time. But sometimes when I'm doing these things, I don't play real well. I don't sing real well, and I don't, I just do this, I guess, as a hobby. And I do it for the Lord because somebody somewhere, I believe with all my heart that God can use a video just like this to encourage someone. And but anyway, this is about my fourth try, I guess, to record without messing up. So I have to shut it off and erase it and start over. So I hope I'll make it through it this time. This is a song about unity. It's out of Psalms 133. And, unity is very important. Without unity in anything, in a family, in a business, in a church, in a nation, without unity, you got trouble. You got problems. And our country, our nation was divided. During the Civil War, the unity of the nation was broken, and there was a division. And then that those of you who live here in America, at least, you know the outcome of the Civil War and how terrible and dreadful that was. And so unity is important. In the days of Nimrod in the Old Testament, they were building the Tower of Babel, and the people were united in what they were doing. Unity is things are accomplished where there's unity, even if it's for a wrong purpose. Even wickedness will grow if they're united in their effort and not stopped. Or it can be good either way. Nimrod was building this tower, and the people were united in their goals and what they were trying to do. And God saw what they were doing, and what they were doing, they were building this great tower, and it was for an evil and wicked purpose. It was wrong. So God wanted to stop what they were doing. Now the people all spoke one language, and so they were working together and doing this, and God wanted to stop it. So what did He do? What did God do to stop what they were doing? He broke their unity. He confused their language. He changed their language. And they become so frustrated, I'm sure, trying to, there's tens of thousands of people working on this tower. It was huge. And suddenly they could no longer communicate with each other. And it come to a screeching halt. And the reason it did is because the unity was broken. And unity is so important. In a church, any church, it could be any church in America that's on fire for God and having a revival, and God's working, and there's revival, and people are being saved and added to the church on a regular basis, and there's growth. Man, the devil doesn't like that, and the devil knows. He saw what God did to the Tower of Babel. He was around when that happened. He saw that, and it's one of his strategies today, and has always been that, to stop what God is doing in a church or whatever it may be, by breaking the unity of the church and of the people. And a great revival can come to a screeching halt very quickly when the unity of the people involved is broken. And it only takes a few people to infect everybody else with grumbling and complaining or whatever it may be. Ananias and Sapphira are an example of that. In the book of Acts, we see the churches is growing. There's great revival in Jerusalem, and it says that the people were united. You know, they were selling their properties and bringing the money and laying it at the apostles' feet, and then the money was being distributed to the poor, and they had all things common, I think is the terminology the Bible used. And the devil got right in the middle of all of that. He found two people, Ananias and Sapphira, a husband and a wife, and they wanted the prestige of looking like they had sold a piece of property and given every bit of it to the Lord. But what they did is they sold the piece of property, and because they were covetous, they were greedy, and they conspired together, premeditated, that they would keep part of the money for themselves and yet take what was left to Peter or to the church and act like it was all of the money. And it was just an attempt of the devil to break the unity of the church. But Peter discerned what was happening. And I'm rambling on here. Anyway, Psalms 133. How good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. So it's important. In your church, you be one that says, let's go do it, Pastor. Whatever the Lord's put in your heart, I'm going to help you do it. And don't be one of those grumblers and complainers that would break the unity of the Spirit. All right? I hope you like the song. How good, how pleasant for brethren to dwell in unity. How good, how pleasant for brethren to dwell in unity. It's like the oil on Aaron's head that ran down into his beard, like the dew on Mount Hermon in the mountains of Zion. How good, how pleasant for brethren to dwell in unity. There's only one body. There's only one Holy Spirit. There's only one hope, one Lord, and one faith. One God who is Father of us all. Well, how good, how pleasant for brethren to dwell in unity. How good, how pleasant for brethren to dwell in unity. Jesus prayed that we'd be one like the Father and the Son. By our love the whole world would know that we are one. How good, how pleasant, how good, how pleasant, how good, how pleasant for brethren in unity. In unity. Well, I messed it up a little bit, but I hope you liked it. Thank you.